And I think those two other things combined with what I've already talked about is completely reshaping the landscape of reselling. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the cabin. I've got a couple of great topics I want to talk about, not just this show, but the next show. I decided I would talk about one of these today, and I'm excited to talk about it because it's something that is going to be important to all resellers. Well, it's going to be important to a lot of resellers anyways, and a lot of power is coming your way in coming months on different platforms. And I'm excited to talk about a couple of conversations that I had today about this very topic. I've been alluding to things over the last couple of months, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit more specifically today and then hopefully tell the full story later on. But I have an absolute ton of sales. I'm going to go through 3 or 4 and then talk about this topic with y'all today. Let's take a look. One of the criticisms I hear all the time is that these platforms take care of the buyers and not the sellers. But I think the tide is slowly starting to tilt back, and that's one of the topics I want to talk about. This is a great sale. Buffy the Vampire Slayer original Xbox here. And that one right there sold for $40. That's a bolo right there for an Xbox game. $40 plus shipping on that one. I don't do promoted listings often, but I sold a pair of jeans the other day from that, what was it, Picker's Paradise sale. And then I'm like, man, those really have been in there for a while. And I had another one just like it. I'm like, I'm going to promote it and get it the heck out of here. And it worked. And it sold for $30 plus shipping. But I did have to pay that promotion fee. I don't remember what I put it at, like 4% or something. But it worked. And I don't often do that stuff. But happy with that sale right there. You ever see that XX right there? And, you know, it's an older pair of jeans. If you don't know the big E, but that's certainly not the big E to look for. There's all kinds of different things you're going to look for sure. But that one I'm pretty happy with. And that sale got $30 plus shipping. I think I paid $5. I often say that it's hard for me to get rid of an item. If I can make like a $3, $4 profit on it, I'm probably going to make it. I don't know. I'm just wired that way. Blue Ridge Mama is wired that way as well, which means that she is going to part it out like crazy. Although we have been doing a few more lots, and she's even selling something like this. So these are Wendy's Happy Meal. They're just like a Wendy's Frosty, which I absolutely love. So does Turner. He dips his fries in the Frosty. And then the fries. And those sold for $10, free shipping. So not much money, but certainly enough for her to list it. And I'm happy she did. Super easy for that one. You'd be surprised how often you find these little Aflac ducks and how many different types there are. See, there's one up there too. But this one sold, same person as the other one. So this was, I think this was $12.99 free shipping. And this one was $12 plus shipping, or vice versa. I think that's right. And that Aflac, see, they got tags on them, so that's definitely worth it when you're doing that. So, you know, what is that? I don't know exactly here. 12, well, it's going to be plus shipping, and they're going to go out together, and they're definitely staying first class. So basically, we're looking at about $25 plus shipping on those, and I paid 50 cents for one, and I think $1 for the other. I always say tell people what you do, and it's hard to not tell people what you do when you're me, because it's all over the internet, but all my family, of course, knows. So occasionally I get an uncle that's willing to either give me something or sell it to me cheap, and here's another one. I always give shout-outs to all my uncles. There's 6 brothers, and they are always generous to me. So this is from Uncle Paul. So hopefully he's not watching, because then he'll want me to buy him lunch or something, you know. And he gave me this old radio. It's a Sony, just solid state transistor radio. Nothing amazing, except for the fact that it is like mint. It either hasn't been used or it's been used a very, very little bit. And this thing is in great condition. Silver, just beautiful. And there was none on there. I don't think that particular type, certainly not in the box and in that condition. So it sold for $40 plus shipping. All right, I'm going to do a little kind of stream of consciousness talking a little bit to give you a little bit of insight what I'm talking about and to get your feedback and to tell me what you think. I know when I say stuff like this, I get all kinds of opinions, and I'm really not trying to preach. I'm not even trying to argue with anybody. I'm just trying to present things to people that maybe haven't thought about them so that they can move forward with at least some intent and some direction, especially if they're full-time resellers, but even part-timers. All right, there's a couple topics I want to talk about, but there's one in particular first that I'm going to talk about, and that's what I've said over the last couple of months, that this whole 1099 thing and this $600 limit, all that. I've basically said that it is going to help a big portion of the reselling community and not hurt them. Now, I do realize that there are going to be some people who are hurt by this, and there are going to be some people who quit reselling. This is going to be most detrimental for the people who are not really resellers. This is going to be the most detrimental for those people who are just selling things randomly out of their house to get rid of them. That's who it's going to hurt the most. And then secondarily, it's going to kind of hurt those hobby resellers who before hadn't really made enough money, and they didn't have to keep track of all their expenses and all the spreadsheets and all the miles and all the stuff that goes along with it. It's going to hurt them too. And it's going to help people who already have all that stuff in place. It's going to help the bigger resellers, people that are selling $20, $30, $40, $100, $200,000 a year and stuff. It's actually going to help them in the end because they've already been doing those things that are now a hurdle for everybody else to jump over. Now, when I said those things a few months back, I got a lot of feedback. I got a lot of people telling me how awful I was and whatever. I'm not supporting those policies. I actually don't like those policies. I don't think we should be putting hurdles in front of people to keep them from coming into a business where they can make a little extra money to pay their bills. I actually don't like it, but it is reality. And if you're going to succeed in this business, then you're probably going to have to jump through those hoops. And those people who aren't willing to jump through those hoops are going to stop reselling. And that opens up a huge amount of opportunity for a lot of resellers. While all this stuff is going on, there's a couple of side effects here. One is pretty simple. There's a lot of people dropping out of the reselling business. There's a lot of people who were resellers of some sort, low scale, and they're not selling anymore. Now, at the same time that's happened, two other things have happened, and I think those two other things, combined with what I've already talked about, is completely reshaping the landscape of reselling. The first of those two things is the online buyer. There are so many more online buyers than there has ever been. That's been going on and on and on for the last 2 decades, but it is really accelerated since the pandemic, and almost everybody is an online buyer of some sort. So the buyer is no longer the problem for a lot of these reselling sites. Okay, the last piece of this puzzle is actually something that we've slowly talked about over the last couple of years, and that's the introduction of other online selling platforms for people like me. Whether that's Poshmark, Mercari, these aren't brand new companies, but they're certainly accelerating. Whether that's Facebook Marketplace is really, really blown up, and now you have Whatnot as well. So there are options for resellers. And so these platforms are not just competing for the buyer anymore. They're competing for you. They're competing for the reseller, and that gives you power. That gives us power. The fact that we have reselling communities, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok at this point, YouTube, it gives us a voice because we're connected for the first time. I'm kind of excited about this because it's for years and years, it's been just more fees, more trouble, more hassle, and it just never seems to end. And I think for the first time, I'm starting to see it at least slowed down because there's real competition, and they're competing not just for the buyer, they're competing for you. And all these different platforms know that they can't do anything. They can't make money unless they have you. And now all these casual resellers, they're not there anymore. They got to go after the people who are consistently providing good merchandise and good service to buyers out there. And that means me, and that means you. I feel like I shouldn't even say this, but I'm going to say it because I'm excited about it. I got a phone call today, and I got a message. Well, I got an email that led to a phone call, and then I got another email as well that I hope leads to a phone call from people or companies that you would recognize. And they were asking me questions about you guys. They were asking me questions about what my audience thought about X, Y, or Z. I'm like, is this real? This cannot possibly be real. But I think you're starting to see some cracks in the armor of some of these resellers realizing, hey, they don't have a monopoly on this thing anymore, and they better step up to the plate. And I'm just interested to see where things are going to go in the next, say, 6 months to a year, and how things are going to change. Probably, let's hope, in our favor just a little bit more than you've seen in the past. I've even got a couple of anecdotal stories from some viewers who are resellers telling me that when they dealt with eBay the last time, they actually, at the end of the conversation, they were given, somebody else got on the phone with them, and it wasn't just one of these generic little, how did your day go today? How was this person? Did he treat you right? They actually asked them specific questions about their reselling business that they had never asked before, And it seemed to them that they were trying to gain a little bit of data, some information about seller experiences on eBay. And I have never, for one, ever seen that before. And that would be a really, really good step in the right direction. And I know I've been slowly talking about Whatnot, and I know it's a tough issue for a lot of folks. A lot of people don't like it. But I think that they're playing a huge role in this. And the reason they're playing a role, well, they're playing two roles in this. One is just sheer competition and taking market share away, which creates competition. But they're hunting after sellers, not buyers. And so they're trying to focus on the seller side as well as the buyer side. And that doesn't make a lot of people happy because they're not making it easy for everybody to sell on that platform. But it is slowly but surely opening up the larger the platform gets. Now that is a huge, I should probably talk about this thing, huh? Instead of yapping my mouth. Stella and Dot. This is a two-way bag, I think. Hobo bag. I don't know why they're called that. But it looks brand new. Never heard of it. $35 plus shipping. Let me finish this last thought and then we'll get back to what's sold today. So basically, you know, you've seen this before. You saw Mercari just a little bit go after sellers as opposed to going after buyers. You know, the commercials that you see out there are as much about selling on Mercari as it is about buying on Mercari. Their model, well, I don't know if it's really still their model, but their model was to find sellers who are also buyers, selling your own stuff, buying stuff that you need. To me, that model is going to flop if everything continues because there's not a lot of casual sellers out there anymore. You're either a reseller or you're not a reseller because of the new tax laws. So there's just one more reason why right now is a great time, in my opinion, to be a reseller, even though there's huge obstacles out there that you have to jump. It's why I was telling people months ago, hey, you got to get your tax situation straight. It's why we talked about Mark, Not Your Dad's CPA. That link's still down there, by the way. Probably should have done it a few months ago. If you have done nothing, right? A lot of you already have the system in place. You know what to do and you don't need it. But if you have no idea what to do, then you need to find a little bit of help somewhere from somebody. Sometimes I have things up here that I kind of like up here that represent me a little bit besides that sign right there. Some ketchup and mustard Tupperware, $14 for those guys right there. I am rapidly loving the 10x7x5 box because that's the kind of box that keeps those things first class. And in today's age of ridiculous shipping prices, that's a big, big deal right there. And so is a shipping table. So Bill and Gina, thank you so much for your purchase of the Commonwealth Picker shipping table plans over there on CommonwealthPicker.com. Whenever I see something new and sealed, I'm just drawn to it, especially if it's new old stock, if it's old, new and sealed. And that's what this is right here. It's a per quacky game, but it's sealed, you see. And never been opened. And I'm like, that's going to be an interesting one. And there was just a couple out there and none sealed. That one sold for, I think I picked it up for $1. Sold for $34 plus shipping. Teresa, I hope you didn't get mad at me after talking about the ketchup and mustard. I forgot to read this. You probably already signed out of here. I'm sorry. Just lost a viewer. Hi, Kevin. I watch all your videos on the Picker and Flipper channel. Saw these in the background of one of them. Just started reselling in late August and have learned a lot from you. Thanks for the knowledge you have imparted, Teresa. No, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all out there. You know, the fact that I got to have this conversation with these people today is surreal. And the only reason I got to have that conversation was because of you guys. And so I can't thank you enough for even having that opportunity. And I'm glad I could talk about it with you. Finally starting to sell some 8-tracks from that sale over there on the Commonwealth Auctions channel. And I mean, it's a mess. I should do a video of my giant mess. Trying to get through the death pile, and then I bring in a massive carload of 8-tracks. Well, I can't find, I separated when I was at the sale into the good ones already, and I couldn't find them. So I found some other good ones in here, and let me see what's sold. So that one, I know there's two of these at that sale. I can only find one because I can't find where the rest of the good ones are. But hotter than hell, that's $17 plus shipping for that 8-track. And what was see, AC/DC was the other, Back in Black, which we have that one on auction for LP right now, I believe. Just got to find it. Anyway, we've got a bunch of records on auction over there, or some anyways. We're going to keep auctioning some of them off. $8 plus shipping, $17 plus shipping. So not too bad for those two right there. Whenever you can find the old rock ones. You know, people like to collect them as much as anything else. Had to dig for a pair of Adidas shoes and didn't think you wanted to see me digging for 10 minutes. So. But I found them. And, you know, I've been really lazy lately, so we've been listing shoes without even cleaning them and taking a discount on them. But so far, nobody's complained, and we disclose it, so we'll see if I can get back to cleaning shoes. That's why I hate selling them, because it takes so long to clean them. But you could probably get $10 more if these were cleaned. $27 plus shipping. Size 13 shoes. All right, some of y'all may have noticed that I haven't had a cat down here today because it's raining outside, and Pepper doesn't like to come down here in the rain. But Sophie likes to go anywhere that Turner is. But there's a cat. I got a cat. That's a tabby cat.
Tabby cat.
What do you think? You like that? Like Garfield. Garfield's
yeah.
a tabby cat. I think, right? I think that's right. Uh-oh. Do you like the cat? I say, you're used to cats around here, aren't you, bud? Turner, that one is Build-A-Bear. Have you ever done Build-A-Bear? You have, haven't you? Yeah. And that's Build-A-Bear. So that one sold for $12.95 plus shipping. Who's this up here?
Luigi, Guido, and Tractor.
Yeah, that's right. You like the tractors. The tipping tractors, huh? And that one, believe it or not, buddy, sold for $30. Yeah, pretty good. Definitely enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
Hey, Sophie, we want to say thank you to Joel, even though he's a Trailblazer fan. That's what his name is on eBay. So I used to be a Laker fan, but to be honest with you, I just don't really care much anymore for any of it. But he bought an original and a man. Thank you so much, Joel. Let me read your message. Trailblazer fan 541. So I'm assuming you're from Oregon somewhere. I don't know. I didn't look at your address, but I will in a minute when I ship it. I watch all the flipper videos and most of your picker videos. That's interesting. Most people, there's more people watch the picker channel than the flipper channel, although that is it just blows me away how many people watch this channel. So at any rate, he says he has a full-time job, so reselling is part-time, and just wanted to thank me for the inspiration. So thank you. I appreciate that. He says, I figured I needed a boost to get things moving before you sell out. And I gave one away the other day. I gave one away for a charity auction, and it is, well, I'll just tell you what, I'll post it in the community posts when it comes up. I don't want to let it out of the bag too soon where it's going to be, but somebody asked me for one for a major charity auction, and I agreed to it. I don't agree to that very often because we only have so many left, and then if I did, everybody would ask for them. But this was going to go to St. Jude, which is close to my heart, and I was happy to help this particular person out. So anyway, we'll talk about that soon. And thank you for the rest of your kind words. I appreciate it. And I do hope he gets things moving for you. Pulled the club head cover out here. Getting, you know, starting slowly but surely selling those off. As the weather warms up, they sell a little faster. VRS Nike sold for $9 plus shipping. Sold a Columbia belt. And I pulled it out because I couldn't find it. So I always brag about how I can always find everything. But I could not find this. It was actually with the bras up there. Took me a little while to find it. You hear that, Ginger Marvin? And that sold for $14 plus shipping. Do you see what kind of treatment the animals get around here? There's Mama taking care of all these pets, spoil them rotten. Ridiculous. Sold a LU mug right there, Liberty University mug. And that one sold for $12 plus shipping. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Hey, sold some overalls. Don't overlook old overalls. And we picked these up for next to nothing at a sale. And you can see, I mean, they stand out pretty good to you, right? Key Imperial right there. Those, look, see, got a little stain right there. Those old ones right there sell for pretty good money. I think these sold for $27 plus shipping. All right, I take it back. That one sold for $28 plus shipping, and there were a couple of issues with it. Plus, there's a hem in it. So these can go upwards of maybe, let's say, $40 in great shape. It's kind of crazy. I'm getting to the end of the twisted radio waves there, one left. And then getting to the end of the pinballs, too. If you've been watching for a while, $6.50 for a pair of pinballs plus shipping. Got a vintage skirt and blouse right here. I don't know. It looks like maybe it's handmade. I'm not quite sure. No, it isn't. I don't think. I'm thinking late 70s on these right here. And this one came from the Sunny Share Sale. That goes back a long way. If you've been watching since the Sunny Share Sale, comment below. It's not Sunny and Share Sale if you're new. It's Sunny Shares, because obviously from the era, but as well it's because it was a consignment from a friend of mine, Sunny. So Sunny consigns, Sunny shares, and we split the profit. So I know I got problems, but $30, super lightweight, going out first class. Have all kinds of sales out of the CommonwealthPicker.com store, but I decided I wasn't even going to go tell Reagan and say, hey, come on down and make sales like I normally do. She's been super busy. Y'all, she shipped out. I'm going to brag about her a little bit. Her, by the way, for those of you who asked about her gymnastics meets, she finished, for her age group, her level of gymnastics, she finished 4th in the state of Virginia in the all-around competition. And I think as high as 3rd in a couple of the floor exercise, bars. And so she just, man, she's busy, and she trains all the time. And she does this. I didn't even know where she was this morning. Like, where is she? And Blue Ridge Mama told me, she's like, she's down in the shed doing all the shipping by herself. She shipped out so much stuff, y'all. We had hats going out like crazy. These guys going out. Thank you to Kevin, by the way. He's the guy we chose today to say thank you. We're going to try to get some thank yous into people that have bought recently and maybe 2 weeks away. Just there's so many, and we try to spread them out a little bit, because when we put a new product in, a lot of sales, and then it kind of slows a little bit, and so we'll spread them out. So if you don't hear your name today, hopefully you will soon. But Kevin, I love that name. Thank you, and we hope he gets things moving for you. And y'all, let me tell you, she was down there for 2 hours. Just, she loves it. She loves it. She absolutely loves it. She loves reading your messages, and she'll bring something up for me to sign. She'll like, oh, somebody asked for this to sign. I'm like, okay. And she did it all. She packaged them all. She sorted them all. I'll put the video. If I haven't already, I'll put it on here. So, a bunch of these sold. Don't tell Dave and Carrie. I'm just amazed at how many people love Trash to Cash podcast. And thank y'all for that. I think we had like 11 of those go out today. Some blue ones. We only bought 6 of these, so I think only one of those sold, because we sold so many already. And we sold some of these, the pink ones as well. Thank y'all for that. And then some more of the black ones as well. I think the big seller, though, was Trash to Cash today. And we've sold a bunch of the other ones. So let me say thank you to Crystal. She bought a shirt as well out there. I think one of the green ones. Those are on clearance, by the way. And Robert, he got a Trash to Cash hat, so we're saying thank you to him today. And Klaus B, not B, Klaus. There's one of those too. And he got a bunch of different stuff for us. I know he got a Trash to Cash hat and a mug and a bunch of different stuff. He is, by the way, I'm trying to remember, it's Whiskey Tango Trading Post. Is that right? I think that's what it is. I read your comments all the time. Instagram and eBay. And a big thank you to Shay. Hopefully you're healing well. I saw you got your staples out the other day over there at MD Picker. Thank you so much. And she's all over too. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And she got a Trash to Cash podcast hat. That is awesome. Thank you, Shay. We appreciate it. And thank you to everybody else out there as well for visiting CommonwealthPicker.com. We are flattered by it. And Reagan is doing, I mean, I don't talk about her that much. She's an amazing little girl. And she's a little too much like her mama, which means she tells me how it is sometimes. But she really is a sweetheart. And let me tell you, y'all, when we say dollar to earn, dollar to save, dollar to spend, dollar to donate, she loves all aspects of that, for sure. And she's a very caring little girl, too. And on top of that, she saves money. If you knew how much money she saves, when she turns 16, she will be able to pick the car she wants. Because of you guys and because of her hard work. Every time something sells out of there, she's racking up that dollar and putting it in her bank. It's awesome stuff. Even the money that she's supposed to spend, she never spends it. She just keeps it all. Every once in a while, she'll spend some. So, on a birthday gift for me, it was very sweet of her. Aren't you? I decided to sneak in here with Reagan. She's like, what are you doing? So I just wanted to show everybody you working. And Bub's girlfriend's not here today. Look, she's watching Minecraft over here. And she's, what's she doing there? Hard copy of the plans. The shipping table.
Pepper's
been look at all this stuff over here.
With me
Pepper's been helping you work?
the whole time.
Awesome. Really cool. Well, thank you for all your work. I appreciate it. You want to tell us what your process is? What do you do first, second, third?
First, I write down the names and everything that they got.
Yeah.
Then usually I like sort them out into like what they got. And then I go get the thing and then package them. And then once everything's packaged, then we ship.
Then you put the labels on. Look at you. Awesome. You're such a hard worker. Do I pay you well?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. We have 2 things, little giveaways here. So one is a recycled giveaway that nobody ever claimed. And answering a couple of questions about a couple of things that people couldn't find. And then one is a giveaway, and I'm so excited that when Reagan did this giveaway upstairs for her bracelet that it's somebody I know, and I'm excited. I think, I don't know, we got a history going back. Sometimes she's critical of me, so I gotta wonder here. Little Miss Q won this bracelet. That is so cool. And when that name came up, I was like, are you kidding? That is really awesome. So thank you. And you know how to contact me, and I'll get that to you. So congrats. But for those of you who didn't win anything, thank you, by the way, for all the people saying thank you for the giveaways. I mean, this stuff's nothing, really. I mean, we're going to hopefully give away some bigger stuff. You'll see, I keep saying you'll see a sponsored ad coming up, but it keeps getting pushed back. So you're going to see it on the Picker channel. And if you don't like that stuff, you know, you can skip ahead. But it's a great way to support us as we're trying to kind of up our giving back game, because more money is coming into us from YouTube and from all kinds of other avenues because of you guys. And so we're trying to give a little bit of that back as well. And we're just starting off with some easy giveaways, some small, cheap giveaways, to be honest. And hopefully we can move into some more. I've got a package right here from a viewer. I'm not going to let you see what it is or who it's from. But this is going to be a giveaway. As soon as you see that video on the Picker channel where I'm doing a sponsored ad in the middle of it, then you know to come back over to this channel and get a shot at winning something that's got some value more than these. These are super duper cheap. Matter of fact, somebody asked me where I got the magnets and the black light, and I think they asked about the scale for jewelry because they're starting to look for jewelry, gold and silver. And they're in the affiliate links, just like everything else. You can go check them out. I've done a couple of videos about them. This is the one we were giving away, I think, with the magnets, and I don't think anybody ever claimed it. So we're going to do it again. And I think we put glow me in the comments. Is that what we, you know, little glow right there. And to find some uranium glass and whatnot. So this one actually I like better, but I only have one right now. So I'm keeping it. We're going to give away this one, and then we'll give away the magnets as well. And I only have one scale right now, so I'm going to give one of those away. But maybe we should order a bunch of those and give them away, so we'll see. But just want to say thank you to everybody out there, and we appreciate you. Oh, we got, what did I tell you? Yeah, put it in the comments, glow me in the comments, and we'll give it away like 2 videos from now. Thanks again for watching, and I can't wait to see you next.